Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome to the first follow-up to the video I posted last week to help me and hopefully other people get faster at sim racing. So to begin with, I posted a video last week in a GT3 car at Spa, just doing some laps, and I asked fellow Redditors, people on Discord, anything I could, just to watch the video and give me some tips. And thankfully, there was some fantastic tips provided to me by a few Redditors, and today, what I'm going to show you is the application of what was pretty unanimous, and that was get rid of the driving line that I was using, or known in Assetto Corsa as the ideal racing line. Simply put, as it's been pointed out, it is not ideal. It might be ideal on an average of all cars in the game, or I'm actually not sure what the exact metrics, although I've seen some programmers show me how it's done before. But as it was pointed out, it is not ideal for every car, and specifically not going to be ideal for the GT3 cars that I'm running. So I decided to make a little bit of an experiment here. I moved to the Ferrari 488 GT3 car because I think that's what I'm going to be running in Season 7 of the ACRL. But to make sure that I was comparing apples to apples, I went into a computer, an AI lobby that I made. It was set to 100% so that I could get my ass handed to me, which you'll see being done, and I put a base 6 laps down with trying to hold the line as best I could, and I might have deviated a little bit, but I tried, and I think I did pretty well at it. Took a few attempts, and then what I did was I turned the ideal racing line off, and I ran the same thing. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you go to about halfway through this video and just look at the stat tracker on the left there, you'll see the fastest session. It was kind of shocking. Overall, it was well over a second faster, and it wasn't just one lap I was a second faster. Overall, I was consistently about a second per lap faster with the line off. And as people pointed out, there's various reasons for this, mostly because I'm able to turn a little bit later, hold a better line, but most importantly, I'm getting the car closer to the apex and able to release the steering and get back on the gas faster and hit those straights with more speed. So I shouldn't say I'm shocked at all. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time for me to learn every track properly now, but that's the results. Thank you. That was step number 1 on what I hope will be a great journey to becoming faster. I'm still quite a few seconds off pace from people who, well, quite frankly, are just a lot faster than I am, but we're getting there. And 1 second was a huge difference to make with just that one simple tip. Now, where am I going from here? The other tips that were given to me, which I know were issues that I just hadn't really had a chance to work on yet, are trail braking and my turn-in points. It will be not as simple as comparing one session to another with such as this one where I just was able to turn one off and turn one on, but we'll see what happens. What I'm planning on doing now is I'm going to practice with trail braking. And once I feel comfortable with it and get good at it, for lack of a better way to put that, I will do a baseline test, probably just using some of the videos I have here, or what I'll do is do that on-off braking. And what I mean by on-off braking was what was pointed out to me was that I was going 100% of my braking up until the turn-in point. I was releasing the brakes entirely, and then I would initiate my turn-in. What I should be doing is hard on the brakes up until right at the turn-in point, but because you're not using all 100% of your car's grip on those front wheels at the first part of your turn, you still have the ability to keep the brakes on a little bit. Obviously not 100%, you will very likely understeer, but you can still have, let's say, 20%, and that's the concept of trail braking. So that is what I need to work on, and a lot of that's going to be pedal control, it's just going to be muscle memory and getting the thought ingrained into my mind. The reason that it's not just faster because of your ability to slow down farther into the turn-in. It's going to push the braking initiation point farther, which means you can keep your speed up longer into deeper into the straights, and it will help rotate the car around the apex. So it is really important to get this down, and hopefully I will see even bigger improvements in just the 1 point whatever seconds that I'm seeing from turning that line off and getting a better racing line. So that is going to be where I hopefully will be able to take this next. From there, I don't know, it's up to you guys to tell me what you think is I'm still doing wrong. I know that I need to learn setup. I'm not sure if my videos are going to at all be helpful. I don't know if people can recommend setup help through the videos. If you can, awesome, I'm open to it. But other than that, please, please, please let me know what you think. I don't care if you're an amateur or a pro, just throw it out there. I will test it. I'll see what works, because right now I'm struggling and I could really use the help. So please feel free to watch the rest of the videos. I can, I guess, fast forward if you really want, or just skip through until I'm done the first session. And then obviously when there's no racing line on, you're watching the second session. Pretty straightforward. Thanks a lot, guys. And again, let me know what you think. Take care.